And a very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all, wherever you may be watching from. And welcome to the first game of the Collinsville Mascoutah Tip-Off Classic here on the K-Hawk Broadcast Club Network. My name is Zach Roseman. Glad that you're here with us today on a rather chilly Black Friday evening. I am joined by the illustrious Matthew Clark. And yeah, we're happy that you're here with us. First game getting ready to start off here between the Riverview Gardens Rams and the Mascoutah Indians. Go ahead and bring Matt in, hear his viewpoints on things.
Yeah, good evening, Zach. It's been a good, exciting Black Friday, and interesting to have a Thanksgiving tournament here at Collinsville. Obviously, I've played in season openers and Thanksgiving tournaments for the Collinsville K-Hawks in the past. But the point being is that they've never had a Thanksgiving tournament here in Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. So it's kind of weird to see basketball being played, or at least high school men's varsity basketball being played here so early in the year. Normally, you'll get your first varsity game in December if you're a Collinsville K-Hawk. But a good opportunity here for all four of these teams. The teams outside of Collinsville, obviously the other three teams, Riverview Gardens and Mascoutah, who are about to tip off here in just a moment, and Miller Career Academy, they haven't played yet. So it'll be interesting to see how they all start their seasons. They're all looking for that illustrious 1-0 start to the year. But it's fun to have it on Black Friday, and I'm sure we're going to be seeing some really good basketball, you and I, over the course of today, and 4 more games tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah, it should be a fun time. We're going to go ahead and have the introduction of the starting lineups here shortly. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be back in for those starting lineups to you here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Broadcast Club Student Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the soft wave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It's just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And, just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
We welcome you back here to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, just about ready to get underway here. And we'll go ahead and go through the starting lineups. First for Riverview Gardens, out there in their black uniforms with kind of gold outline for the numbers and some little bit of that blue trim. Their starting lineups will be Rico Lumpkins, 5'8 junior, Demarion Castor, 5'6 sophomore, Malachi Dickerson, 5'8 junior, Jerron Berry, 6'2 junior, And the man in the middle, 6'4" senior Stephon Brown, who jumps against Miles Entekop for Mascoutah. It'll be Corey Harris, Jaden McCoo, Tyler Gray, and Jacob Young along with him. And they will look to get it into Entekop immediately, but it goes off of the hands of one of the Rams players, that is Brown, and it will remain Indian basketball.
Yeah, Zach, these two teams had very different seasons last year. Seasons to remember, Mascoutah finishes 21-11. The Rams only 6 wins. They were 6-21 last year. So Mascoutah will be looking to continue with their strong 20-win season. They've had a couple of them over the years. And Riverview Gardens will be just looking to bounce back after what was a difficult season last year.
Yep. Three-pointer, no good, but we have a foul away from the play, and it will be against the Indians. Looks like they're going to get Entekop with a push.
Yeah, Miles Entekop playing, hustling down there in the middle. If you knew any better, you and I, we'd probably guess that he was as old as us, Zach, but he is a senior since last year at Mascoutah, and he will be one of the leaders on this Mascoutah team that you'll see in this tournament today alongside Jaden McCoo.
Bring Lumpkins, Rico Lumpkins will bring the ball up. He'll drive it in, kick it out to the corner, and that is Castor, and he'll work it around to it's Barry, and back out to Lumpkins, and the Rams will reset. We are playing with the shot clock here, 12 seconds left, and now to 10, and he'll hold it, work it out. There's 5 seconds now for Castor. Shot up and no good. Rebound by Brown. Gets it up, no good, and scramble for it, and it will be recovered by Brown. They'll get it back out to Lumpkins, and since it did hit the rim, it'll reset. Fresh 30 seconds now for the Rams. They'll work it around, and attempted steal, no good. Work it out to Barry. He'll drive past Entekop. Shot fake, no good, and the Indians will get the rebound and look to push. That is Tyler Gray, and it is recovered, and it'll be...
I think they call it a jump ball there, and
Okay.
so since Mascoutah got the tip, Entekop with that amazing tip, gave the Riverview Gardens Rams player no chance at the beginning. They'll go ahead and give it to the Rams here. I tell you what, when I watched that Riverview Gardens game team at the Mascoutah tournament last year, both of these teams played in the Mascoutah tournament last year, I was impressed by them. I'm not sure how they only won 6 games, and they're not returning too much. They've got some players that'll make an impact, but I think they'll give Mascoutah a pretty good go here today. They've got to get better shots than that one, though, Zach.
Yep, and here comes... Nice pass there from Harris to McCoo, and McCoo with the first bucket of the tournament for Mascoutah, and putting a little bit of pressure on the Rams are the Indians.
Well, McCoo scored 19 against Riverview Gardens last year when the Mascoutah Indians eked out a 71-68 win at the beginning of the year last year. He was perfect 7-7 from the field. That's a good start for him tonight.
Yeah, three-pointer from Brown off the backboard, no good, and cleared out and recovered there by Young. Indians will look to push up to McCoo again, and another layup. He's got all 4, and that'll make it 4-0.
Yeah, just not getting back on defense right now, Riverview Gardens. You know, the shot selection isn't great, but if you complement that with not being able to sprint back on defense and allowing Mascoutah to get easy transition buckets, it's not a recipe for success.
Shot up and no good there from Lumpkins, recovered by the Indians. Here is Gray pushing the ball up. He'll stop at the free throw line, bounce it into Entekop. Shot up, no good. Rebounded there by Dickerson. Lumpkins will bring it up. He'll run the point for the Rams, get a screen from Brown against the man-to-man defense from the Indians. They'll work it around to Barry, and deflected, and scramble for the ball, and Jacob Young, only guy up, and they'll pass it into Entekop, but Entekop wasn't expecting it, and it'll be another turnover for the Indians. Lumpkins will go ahead and bring it up. He'll drive the lane, pull up from the elbow, shot, bounces no good. Scramble out there, and another turnover from the Indians. Coach Showmaker not very happy with that, as the Rams will have another possession, and looks like we're going to have a timeout called.
Yeah, I think Coach Showmaker is going to take a look at that. Obviously, it's a little bit of sloppy basketball here. Both of these teams playing their first games, and so they just got to work out a couple of kinks on both sides of the basketball.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and keep it here for this one. So the crowd begins to file in. We see Collinsville players and Miller Career now here in Virgil Fletcher Gym, as we're going to ahead and move quickly here. And obviously we are playing with the shot clock, which we saw during the Prairie Farms tournament last year, but perhaps the big rule change for this year is the new foul rules, which will elaborate on in a little bit more detail as we get to it, as we've only had one foul. So go ahead and take the time to explain that here later. Rams will inbound, and that is, I believe that is Lumpkins. Lumpkins over there. He'll drive the lane, kick it out into the corner. Three-pointer up and just a little long. Nice rebound there from Lumpkins, and a 19-footer, no good, rebounded by McCoo. Or excuse me, no, that was Harris, and he'll push it. Drive it to the middle, shot up, and we have a foul called.
Yeah, a little bit of a scramble in there. McCoo drives in and is looking for a little bit of an up and under play as he just streaked down the lane there. Riverview Gardens player got a hand on it, and he'll go to the line for two. First free throws of the year for the Mascoutah Indians.
Yep. Foul is on Jerron Berry, and Harris will go ahead and shoot two as Wyatt Beer, 5'10 senior, set to come into the game for the Indians. And he will replace Gray and sub for the Rams as well as number 5, Karan McFadden, 5'8 junior, comes in for Riverview Gardens. Next shot from Harris off the front of the rim, no good. Nice rebound there from Young. He'll go right up with it. Nice defense there from Barry. And the Rams will work it up into the front court, out into the corner, around to McFadden. And he'll dribble it over to the top of the key, and the Rams will set up their offense. Get it out there over to Lumpkins, and now into the corner for Barry. Out top to McFadden. McFadden will pull up for three. Got it. Karan McFadden with the first points of the season for the Rams. And that'll cut the deficit down to 2 at 5-3. Pass into Beer. He'll put it on the floor and kick it out to Young. Young now to McCoo for three, no good. Beer with the rebound. And they'll attempt to get it into Endicott, but miscommunication there, and another turnover for Mascoutah. That's something that you can't be happy about.
Yeah, and Endicott was second on the team in scoring last year for Mascoutah, and at least early on, Riverview Gardens has kind of allowed the Indians to shoot the three, at least in the half-court offense, and have just made sure that Endicott doesn't get any touches in the paint, and that has been a pretty good it's been a benefit for Mascoutah, or at least Riverview Gardens so far. They've done well and kept Mascoutah off the scoreboard as a result, but turnovers there.
Run out for Beer. He'll make the pass out to McCoo. Shot up and good. Or excuse me, no, that.
I think that was McCoo.
Yeah,
I'm going to take a double check on that. We got our buddy down at the scores table, Chad Burgess, who is so amazing. I think he just mixed up the 2 and the 4 right there. Yeah. Good bucket by McCoo, though. Yeah. Again, they're going to be looking for him and Endicott to be the leaders on this team for Mascoutah in scoring.
Shot up from Lumpkins, no good. Scramble for it, knocked around. McCoo get it, and he'll get it up to Harris. This time Harris will get the bucket. There it is. Give him 3 now, and the lead back out to 6 at 9-3 in favor of the Indians. McFadden will go ahead and bring it up for the Rams. And he'll get it across half court, guarded there by McCoo. He'll give it to Lumpkins. Lumpkins will look over to Coach Will Donegan, and the Rams will set up their offense, get a screen from Brown, kick it in. May have traveled out to the corner for 3, but not a bad shot, no good. And a little bit of a scramble for the rebound, but the Indians come up with it. Here is Harris. Nice pass there to Endicott, and jam time!
Woo!
Miles Endicott getting up and down for the first dunk of the tournament.
6 minutes into the season, and he's wasting no time there. And I'll tell you what, that was an okay dunk. At least I give that like a 6 out of 10 on the dunk contest scale. He could jump and get up higher than that right there, but expect a lot of that this year from Miles Endicott, and he's going at it again, looking for more.
Yep, we're going to bring it down. Will Harris kick it out to Young. Young wide open on the wing for 3. No good. Hustling after his own rebound. McCoo will get to it into Beer, and he'll kick it back out to Harris, and the Indians will reset with 1:35 left. And nice job there by the Riverview Gardens player. I believe that's McFadden drawing the foul, and we'll see them make a substitution as Dickerson will re-enter.
And that's just a smart play right there, Zach Roseman. I don't think that was necessarily a charge, but when you make contact like that, high school referees will always give the benefit of the doubt when you kind of fall away like that. Sometimes all you need to do is put in an Oscar-winning performance in order to get the call, and anything goes sometimes in high school basketball. But the real issue for Riverview Gardens is really on this offensive end right now. This is better defense from Mascoutah as well. Oh, another foul goes in.
Yeah, foul. They're going to get Gray there, who re-enters. Probably had the steal, but made a little bit too much contact for the referee's liking. That's the third foul for the Indians here in the quarter. And we'll go ahead and elaborate on it. So the rule now, they've done away with the 1-and-1.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, it is 5 fouls. So now you shoot 2 after 5 fouls in each quarter, and then they reset at the end of each quarter. So that is the new rule that has been implemented by the IHSA. I don't know that it makes a huge difference either way, but, I mean, I guess maybe there's not as much of it. You get to shoot 2 anyway. Drive in there from the Rams player, no good. McCoo with the rebound. He'll look to push and drive into the middle of the lane. Nice job getting cut off there by Dickerson. Out to Young for 3. Got it.
Yeah, he felt that one, Jacob Young. He had an earlier three-pointer where he went in. He was like, I think I missed it, and went there. He just saw that one straight away, and good little move from Jacob Young.
Yep. Lumpkins will bring it up for the Rams. He'll drive it in, kick it out to the corner. Three-pointer airballed. Young with the rebound, and he'll get it to Harris. 14-3, and we're going to have a foul there on Lumpkins as Entekop will come back in. Young will have a rest. It's the first foul on Lumpkins, second for the Rams. 37 seconds left. It's been a pretty quick quarter, all things considered.
Yeah, Jacob Young had 9 points against Riverview Gardens last year, so this is a very good start from Mascoutah. They like this a little more. I don't think they want to be as tight in this game against Riverview Gardens as they were last year these two teams played.
Yep. And Harris able to just go right to the rim, did everything but go in. Entekop able to clean up the trash and put it in. Entekop up to 4 points now, and the lead out to 13. Lumpkins will push it up here. Shot clock off. 14 seconds left. Lumpkins able to get to the edge of the lane. Shot up, no good. Not a horrible look. Scramble for the ball. And on alternating possession, it will go back to the Indians. 8 seconds remaining.
Yeah, this has been a good, strong quarter for Mascoutah. A couple of issues, but, I mean, Cole Showmaker called that first timeout almost immediately to kind of settle things down. You could sense his Mascoutah team was playing a little bit too fast and trying to make too many quick decisions. And instead of trying to play fast in the half court, he's saying, well, let's play fast in the fast break. And, they've gotten up and down on the court on Riverview Gardens. They just haven't been able to catch up. It feels like Mascoutah's played multiple games already in this year, even though this is just game number 1.
Yep. McCoo and Riverview asking for a charge. Shot up and good. Right at the buzzer. That'll go ahead and count it. McCoo up to 8 points, and the score after 1 quarter of play is 16-3.
Call it 18-3, actually.
Oh, 18-3. Yeah, first basketball game of the year for me, too. We'll go ahead and be back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Broadcast Club Student Network.
Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former K-Hawk Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010.
And we welcome you back into the K-Hawk Broadcast Club Student Network. My name is Zach Roseman. Joining me is Matthew Clark. Score 18-3 in favor of Mascoutah after 1 quarter of play. And like you mentioned before we went to break, it's just that early timeout from Coach Showmaker has really settled the Indians down, and they've played very well so far. Let's see what the Rams are able to do in response to that. They'll have the ball to begin. And it goes into, Lumpkins eventually, and he'll dribble the ball up, and he'll get it out there to Barry. Barry will survey things and get it out to Brown at the top of the key. And now back to Lumpkins. He'll wait, and nothing there. 17 seconds on the shot clock now. And nice defense there from Maku, but able to shake him is Lumpkins.
I've been pretty impressed with Rico Lumpkins in the beginning of this of his game so far. Only scored 2.5 points last year. Not a great shooter, but I mean, it looks like Will Donegan's making him lead this offense right now, and I think he's done a decent job.
Out into the corner for Gray for three, got it.
And Mascoutah can't miss right now, and that's something that, obviously Riverview Gardens would love to, for them just to miss a couple of shots, maybe miss a couple of threes, go cold, but right now the Indians have built a lead that may not be something that the Rams could even make a comeback on.
Yep, and attempted pass out there into the corner. Wyatt Beer bringing it up and get it out to Gray again. He thought about the three. He'll get it out there to Harris. He'll take it off the front of the rim. No good. Maku with the rebound, and he'll give it right back to Harris. And Harris will get it into Endicott, and he'll make his way in. Nice kick out there to Gray for three. He got it again.
That's awareness right there from Miles Endicott. And I know he's a little bit of a raw player last year, but I think that's realization from him, learning, and reading the defense. Okay, you're not too far from the basket. What can we get better than maybe not the best shot under the rim? And he passes it out to Gray for a wide open three. And Mascoutah, again, just can't miss right now. And they're working hard on the defensive end as well. You wouldn't be, honestly, you wouldn't be telling right now if you couldn't tell right now if Mascoutah was up 20 or down 20. That's just the way they're playing right now. They're playing hard.
Yeah, see some new players into the game as Mascoutah will bring in Justin Williams, 5'11 senior, and the Rams will bring in Jaden Anthony, 6'2 junior. And it is Harris to bring the ball up, guarded closely there by Dickerson. And they'll look to get it into Endicott again, and they will. Shot up, no good. Gets his own rebound. Shot up again, got it. Miles Endicott up to 6 points now. Lead out to 26-5. Indians running away with it here early. Lumpkins will bring it up for the Rams as we're just under 6 minutes to play. And he'll get it out there to, I believe that is McFadden.
Yep.
And over there now to Dickerson, now to McFadden again. And we've got a
timeout. Yeah, it was called actually off the ball. One of the players off the ball. I think Lumpkins just decided that things weren't getting anywhere on that exact possession, so a timeout called with 5:39 to go on the game clock here in the second quarter and 17 seconds to go on the shot clock.
Yeah, just not a bad idea. Coach Donegan trying to motivate his guys a little bit. I mean, there's just been a little bit of sloppy play, and really the biggest thing for Riverview so far has been transition defense. Obviously Mascoutah with some pretty quick guys. Endicott, their biggest guy, and even he's been able to get up and down the court pretty well. He's been able to get out and run, get up and down, and be able to make plays in transition. And the Rams' transition defense has been a little lacking, but we'll see what it's able to happen here and see if the Rams are able to get some better things going coming off of this timeout. Rams will trigger the inbound, and it will come out there to McFadden. McFadden guarded there by Williams, and he'll get it now to, I believe that is Dickerson, and now to, that was Anthony, and now out there for three, no good. Maku with the rebound, and he'll look to push, as I mentioned, get it out there in the corner. Three-pointer up and good from Greg Adams into the game.
How about that? Greg Adams, not a main basketball player. That's not his main sport. He's a golfer, actually. That's where he spends most of his time athletically. But you can call that one a nice, strong drive onto the fairway. That's what it would be. That would be the similarities in terms of golf and basketball. Nice three from Adams.
Yep. Rams will bring the ball up. It will come out to Dickerson at the top of the key, get it out onto the wing for Lumpkins. He'll drive the lane and attempt to get it out, but Adams with the steal, and they'll push it up there. Here's Maku, nice Euro step there, layup good, and maybe a little bit of a how are you there for Dickerson, and
we're going to have a bit of a discussion here. The referee on this left side, just on your screen, is going to go and have a conversation with Will Donegan, the head coach. No technical foul, no foul issued. It's just the referee wanted to, I think, have little bit of a discussion there with Donegan. I think Donegan may have thought that was a travel, but back to the move by McCoo. As soon as they were going down the lane there, I thought, oh, I know what's going to happen here. Whenever you got that opportunity, when there's not a lot of people guarding in the middle of the lane, the best move for basketball players now is to do that little step through where it carries over, kind of like a Euro step, but it looks really cool when it goes on your highlight tape.
Yeah.
And that one may be on Jaden McCoo's highlight tape. I don't know if anyone's recording him tonight, but I'm sure Schomacher will take the 2 points anyways for the Mascoutah head coach.
Yep, shot up there, no good from Lumpkins. Endicott with the rebound, and Jordan Williams will make the push. He'll do the same thing, unable to get the finish, but Endicott able to clean it up a little too far under the basket. But eventually, Justin Williams will able to get it in there and lead out to 33-5. Rams have not scored. I believe it's a 15-0 run for the Indians. Rams will work the ball around. Out now there to Anthony. He'll drive past Entikov. Shot up, no good. And the Indians, as they have all game, will look to push. Jordan Williams able to get it that time.
I tell you what, Zach, I mean, I saw this game. I saw it on paper, and I'm like, well, I'm not expecting this one to necessarily be too close, but I wasn't expecting a 30-point lead with 3.5 to go. Nothing's going right for Riverview Gardens right now. McFadden travels. Pardon me, that's Dickerson who travels. I mean, this is a statement right here, honestly, for Mascoutah. I think they have come in. They have played with intent. They have played, to win. They've not played to just look to go 1-0. And if I'm Miller Career Academy or if I'm Collinsville, I'm looking at this team and saying they're going to be a tough competition for us on Saturday.
Yep. Get it in there quickly. Young out there on the corner for three, no good. Rebound by Brown there, and the Rams will look to clear. Lumpkins pushing it up, but deflected out of bounds there by Harris, as Beer will re-enter for the Indians, as Adams will go ahead and have a seat.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's still a lot of basketball to be played in this game, but one thing I'm just worried about from the top is that I just don't know. Riverview Gardens obviously is a team that's looking for a little bit more rebuilding. They're trying to get back on their feet after a couple of rough seasons. I'm just not sure if Mascoutah is going to be ready for teams like Miller Career Academy or Collinsville, just in terms of the level of competitive action that sometimes is necessary against those sort of teams. Nice bucket there by Lumpkins. He needed something, and he was able to go get it for him. Good bucket. May have gotten fouled.
Yeah, Lumpkins with 4 points there for the Rams, and just nice to be able to get something going now. Hopefully, if you can string some stops together and see if you can't get this game to be a little more competitive. And nearly there, but able to work it out. Now Jordan Williams will drive the lane, shot up, no good. Rebound there by Justin Williams, and came up and down, never released the ball, so that's a travel. So there you go, forcing a turnover, I guess, from a certain point of view. So now if you can come down and get another bucket, looking to build, obviously you're down by 28, you have to take your small victories, got to get it one little piece at a time. And
unfortunate for Lumpkins. He's about to get another bucket there. First little floater missed, and then his rebound just went off the rim as he was looking for it. They'll call that foul on the floor there for on
Dickerson.
Yep.
Rams foul number 15, Miles Dickerson. His first personal foul, first team foul.
And Entikop will come in as a little bit of a slow, but Demarion Castor back into the game for the Indians. Foul. And they're going to look to get it to Endicott. He wanted it, but not there, and so they'll just pass it out to Jordan Williams. Now to Beer. Beer over on the wing. We'll get it out now to Harris. Harris with the screen from Endicott. Help there. Kick out to Jordan Williams. And the Rams will reset, or the Indians will, excuse me. Shot up from Jordan Williams, that is Justin Williams. 10, not 3, Zach. And the lead out back to 30 points at 37-7. Lumpkins will bring it up for the Rams. 1:40 left. Lumpkins out there with it on the wing, and they'll get it to, that was Castor. Shot up, no good. And the Indians will push. Here is
Wow, great move.
Williams.
It's a really good move by Jordan Williams. He's had a couple of times where he's been able to slash to the basket, and I'm sure he's making a good impression on Cole Schomacher. He's a newer player. I don't think he has any varsity experience, at least going into this game, and he's playing really well. Mascoutah look like they have some real depth to work with this season.
Yep. Here is Lumpkins' floater blocked, but Lumpkins was fouled. Coach Showmaker instructing Beer. See who that fouls on. They're going to give that to Enticop, and that's his second, as we'll see McCoo re-enter, as well as Young. Those two original starters back into the game, and we'll see what Lumpkin's stroke looks like from the free throw line. Makes the first one.
Yeah, only 2 points for him against Mascoutah last year on 1 of 6 shooting. And again, Riverview Gardens only lost to this same Mascoutah Indians team last year by 3 points. It was 71-68. It was a really tight, offensively heavy game, and today Mascoutah's just blown the doors off the gym in the first real varsity contest of the year at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. It's looking like it's in blowout territory, so credit to Mascoutah. They haven't done much wrong this half.
Nope. Lumpkins with both free throws made and blocked out of bounds there by Barry. And so we'll see what the baseline out of bounds plays are looking like for Mascoutah. As we'll have a little bit of a break here as Stephon Brown ties his shoe. And we're going to go quickly here. And the pass comes out there to Gray back into the game. To McCoo, to Jordan Williams, and now to Gray, and now to Young. Now to McCoo, look to get it in there to the middle to McCoo, and out in the corner, off, no good there from Jordan Williams. And the Rams will push. Here comes Lumpkins. Lumpkins will drive it to the lane, shot up, and man, did everything but go in.
Yeah, that's been about the half for Mascoutah here today, honestly. Or pardon me, for Riverview Gardens.
Yeah. Williams with another Euro step, maybe got a little too far under the basket. Rebound out there to Dickerson. Lumpkins will look to bring it up, guarded closely there by Williams. 19 seconds left. Rams can hold for one, but they will not. Three-pointer up, no good. Young with the rebound, down to 13 seconds, and we'll see what the Indians want to do here. McCoo, 7 seconds left now. He'll get the high ball screen from Young and get right to the rim, bucket up and good. And that'll go ahead and take us to halftime. So after 2 quarters of play, score is 41-9. Indians running away with this one. And like you said, Matt, really just very few mistakes that have been made.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that Jaden McCoo had the ball in his hands at the end of the half. 12 points, he leads all scorers, and right now it's just been a Mascoutah mauling, if is really the best way that I could say it. They have just been dominant from start to finish, and for the Riverview Gardens Rams, certainly not the way that they wanted to start their Thanksgiving tournament. Yeah, good work from the Indians, who haven't played. I mean, they haven't played here in a long time.
Yeah, first game at Collinsville.
To think
maybe
quite ever. A few. I think they played the K-Hawks here about a decade ago.
Yeah.
Here at Collinsville, they're not in the Holiday Classic. They're not in any of the other tournaments, and I just think it speaks to Cole Schomacher. The teams that I played against Mascoutah back a couple years ago were always very good, and the turnover seems to be really good for Mascoutah. They're not dropping off anything with the seniors that they lose, and this will be a good confidence booster for the Indians as they go into the halftime with a 32-point lead.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here. Be back in a few minutes. Go ahead and thank some of our fine sponsors here. Be back in just a moment on the K-Hawk Broadcast Club Student Network.
The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville K-Hawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a K-Hawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Chapman Trucking LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Diamonds for K-Hawks is a facility improvement project to develop a baseball, softball, and football/soccer field for CHS students and our communities to utilize. The project includes 2 baseball fields, 2 softball fields, a soccer/football field, concession stand, bathrooms, and parking. The development of this facility will benefit the band, PE classes, baseball team, softball team, and soccer team with a centralized location, ease of access, and an eye-catching complex. Please contact A.D. Clay Smith to donate to this project or visit the Collinsville Area Community Foundation website to make your tax-deductible donation today. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the K-Hawk Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is #1 on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville K-Hawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from K-Hawk Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former K-Hawk Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010.
And we welcome you back into Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. We're here at halftime now, and it's been a pretty well dominating performance from Mascoutah as they have a comfortable 32-point lead over Riverview Gardens at 41, to 9. I mean, we've talked at length about the good things that Mascoutah have done. I mean, do you have anything you feel like you need to add on, Matt?
Yeah, there's not much to add. The whole idea with these games, or at least what it was, at least with our team and other high school teams, is you never want to play to your competition. You want to play better than your competition, right? Sometimes in these games, on paper, you would say the Mascoutah is the better team. But sometimes in these games, you just play sloppy, you play down to your competition a little bit. Mascoutah has not done that today. They came out strong. I think, after the Riverview Gardens basket, they scored, I think it was, maybe 7-3, and since then it's been about a 34-5 run. It's just been dominant from the Indians since that point. And again, I'm just impressed. I thought the main contributors of this team were going to be Miles Entekop and Jaden McCool. While that's the case still, a lot of the other guys on this team, Tyler Gray, Justin and Jordan Williams, Jacob Young, all of those guys have been good contributors. Corey Harris, you just get the real team atmosphere feeling from the Indians, and I think because they're sharing the ball and because they're going down and getting easy buckets on transition, that's the reason why they're up 41-9. And I think for Riverview Gardens, this game kind of got out of the hand before they started. I'm surprised that Will Donegan maybe didn't use an extra timeout that he could have had right there to just calm things down, try to get something going, and for Riverview Gardens, I think my thought process would have been to send your guards back on every shot, because a lot of times when those guards shot the ball, they were chasing the rebound. And for the Collinsville, or not for the Collinsville Chaotics, but for the Mascoutah Indians, that was just easy money going. I mean, they were just open every single time. It felt like going down the floor and just got easy buckets.
Yeah.
So
even sometimes Riverview Gardens were getting guys back, and then it was just, sometimes Mascoutah would just have, just make one good move, and then you have a look, and even, they've shot the ball really, really effectively from inside and out. They've rebounded the ball pretty well. Maybe offensively they've rebounded well. Both teams have given up probably more offensive rebounds than they would like. Entekop's been able to just kind of exercise his will down low. Maybe a couple of still some raw things for him, but obviously we saw the dunk that he had, and obviously some really athletic capabilities for him. As we get underway here, it will be Lumpkins to bring the ball in for the Rams as they'll flow into their offense. And they will look to get it, and they will eventually over to Dickerson. Dickerson will look for a shot, and pass intended there for Jerron Berry will wind up going out of bounds. So not the start you're wanting if you're Coach Donegan or any of the Riverview Gardens folks.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see if Donegan changes anything like tactically going into this. Is there anything that he can change right now for Riverview Gardens to keep away just this onslaught that has come from Mascoutah? It kind of happened before they knew what hit them for Riverview Gardens.
Yep. Young with it at the top of the key. He'll kick it out to McCoo, now to Young, and they'll work to get it into Entekop. Help coming down, shot up off the front of the rim, no good. And Entekop will eventually get with his own rebound, put the ball on the floor, and get a shot up foul there by Jerron Berry.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? The interesting thing about Mascoutah is they do love to run that 5-out offense without a post player. And with the presence of Miles Entekop, that's not necessarily possible given the fact that he is a pretty big guy, and Mascoutah would be better served having him in the post than on the outside. So it's just something that they have to work alongside with, but I'm loving the connection from these Mascoutah players. I saw a couple of rough passes early on, but they're really moving the ball around well. Like, they've played with each other for so many years, and they're being patient, even though we've got that 35-second shot clock, which really hasn't made much of an effect on the game tonight so far.
Endicott makes 1 of 2, so the lead out to 42-9. And Young there with the steal. He'll drive down there, and that sure looked like a travel, but we're going to have a foul called. That will be on Lumpkins, and that is his second foul, as Coach Donegan coming over to instruct Barry on something. And they're going to rule that a shooting foul, so Young will shoot some free throws.
Yeah, I think in that case the foul occurred as the travel was happening, so Jacob Young gets the benefit of the doubt and gets to go to the line to shoot 2 instead of a turnover.
First one up and good.
And Young struggled a little bit from the free throw line last year, 10 out of 17. You know, the Indians will want to make sure they get those gimmies, whether they're up 40 or in a tight, closely contested game, one-possession game.
Yeah, so lead out to 44-9. Rams looking to push. And nice job there holding on to the ball. Get it out there into the corner. Shot up off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound there by Dickerson. And the Rams will reset. Fresh 35 on the clock. See what the Rams want to do here. Pass comes in there to Lumpkins on the wing. He puts on a couple of decent dribble moves. Shot up and good. Now, Rico Lumpkins has really been a good bright spot there for the Indians. He's up to, or for the Rams, excuse me. He's up to 8 points. And the lead down now to 33 points at 44-11. Indians working it in quickly to Entekop. Help comes down, shot up, no good, but foul on the play. See who they give that to. They're going to give it to Barry. That's his third foul. Looks like the Rams will make a substitution, as I believe that is Jaden Anthony. Shot from Entekop up and no good.
Yeah, and I think a little bit of a thing that
no, that's Stephon Brown, excuse me, in. Go ahead, Matt.
Oh, just the thing for Riverview Gardens, one of the things that I will mention is that I believe, or at least the roster would suggest, and I'll double check it right now so I'm not saying anything, 2 big players for Riverview Gardens, probably their 2 best players, Tyreek Collins-McIntyre and Calvin Nash, are both sitting tonight. Oh, great kill by McCoo, turning them over in the fast break, and you know that's exactly where you need them. They're 2 guards that can help them in the backcourt with this kind of Mascoutah pressure and offensively with scoring. They have neither of them tonight. We'll have to see if they play later in this Thanksgiving tournament.
Yep. Rams able to bring it up though. Lumpkins with near travel, but gets the shot up and good. So Lumpkins up to 10 of the Rams' 13 points. Gray will drive the lane, pass out there, deflected, but will get out to Harris. And now to McCoo to Young. He'll put the ball on the floor. Shot up, a little strong. Entekop with the rebound. Shot up and good.
I love that Entekop went up and scored with 2 hands right there. They gave him just dominant possession over everybody. He kept that ball high, and that's the easiest way to get 2 points. Sometimes you'd love to get the rebound with one hand and slap it with the other. Securing it with 2 hands, just so smart.
Yeah, shot up there from Brown, no good, and
yep, he stepped out of bounds there. Gray on this purple baseline here.
Yeah, it's pretty similar. We joked about that earlier. Collinsville and Mascoutah, 2 schools, maybe 15, 20 miles apart with more or less, pretty much the exact same color scheme. Rams with the basketball. That is McFadden. He'll kick it out there onto the wing. 3-pointer, and nice job there by. That was Dickerson throwing it off of the Mascoutah player. And Coach Donegan will take a timeout, full timeout. We're going to go ahead and keep it here. I think there's some, if you're Riverview Gardens, obviously, you're down 35. Nobody enjoys being down 35, but I don't think that there's been a decrease in effort. I feel like that, they're still getting out there, they're still playing hard, and that's something that, if you're obviously in you're a game where you're down by a lot, or even, just with the program as a whole, because, this is a team that went 6-21 last year. It's just, obviously, if you can get consistent buy-in, that is going to yield results. And that's something that, sometimes if you'll see programs that are struggling, that's not something that you'll see a lot. But it's good for, Coach Donegan, because the kids aren't quitting. Obviously, you're down by 35. That's not fun. But the kids aren't quitting. They're still getting out there. They're still playing hard. And that's all you can ask for in a situation like this.
I was really impressed with Riverview Gardens when what you just said there. I think they've emulated that not only this year but last year, even though they had a couple of games where they just struggled. The first game of the playoffs for the Rams last year, they lost 86 to 35. I mean, they were beaten by 50 in a playoff game. But you talk about just that no-quit attitude, and I think Riverview Gardens has this really well. And again, I will stress, I think they will feel really good and feel good with getting players like Tyree Collins McIntyre and Calvin Nash back to help them for next season. Or not for next season, but for the remainder of this season, and helping them win a couple more games. I think this would be closer if those two were in this game.
Yep. Pass out there, three-pointer no good from Castor, and the ball out of bounds off of Young.
We got a pretty good view of that, Zach, and I know that Jacob Young is having a little bit of a discussion with Young. I believe that's the right call from the ref, though.
Yep.
Bit of a bang-bang play. Sometimes it's 50-50. There's no review, instant replay here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, but I think the ref makes the right call there.
Yep. Bounce pass in there, shot up, no good. Entacop walling it off. Brown able to make the save. Unfortunately, Dickerson unable to get it. Actually, no, they're going to say that he was fouled. Excuse me, they'll give that to Harris. That's his second.
Yeah, I like the fact that the referees are rewarding Riverview Gardens a little bit by working hard. Mascoutah playing a little bit
As we
undisciplined. Yeah, shoe tie there.
Yeah, shoe. It was like Brown tying a shoe as Coach Donegan talking to him.
Sometimes you need coaching on how to tie your shoe. I'm not sure if that's what he was giving him right there, but there's always sometimes a need for that.
Of course. Anywho, back to action here. Inbound pass comes in to McFadden. McFadden will hand the ball off to, that is Dickerson. Look to get it into Brown, but instead we'll get it back out to, that was McFadden with the three. We've got a foul on Entacop, actually. Get him with another clear out, just as we saw at the beginning of the game. That is Entacop's third foul. So McCoo calling it out. They ran kind of an elevator concept. And out there to Dickerson. Dickerson blocked by Entacop. Rams able to recover. That is Castor, and he'll get it now to Dickerson and back out to, I believe that is McFadden, and it is. And nice job there. Great defense there from McCoo, able to get into the middle. Stripped away. McCoo run out to Harris. And transition take. Solid transition defense. Endicott with the tip up, and and a travel there.
Man, everything right there for Mascoutah but the basket. Get the block, the swat. Now that's not a block. That's a swat for Miles Endicott. Worth like 2 blocks on the defensive end. They get the steal. They play good on-ball defense. They get the steal and go forward. They just miss the bunny at the end of that. They still do get it in here to Endicott. And that's easy money, Zach.
Yep.
Easy money for the Indians. Rams had no answer for that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Riverview not a team with a ton of size. I mean, Brown's the tallest guy that's played at 6'4", 6'5", tallest guy on the roster. I don't think they've got anybody that's that's got the mass that Entacop, and they're pushing again. Get it up to McCoo. McCoo up to 14 points now in the lead, out to 52-13. I mean, it's just, pretty strong execution, and that is an offensive foul.
Wyatt Beer taking the charge.
Yep.
I think Mascoutah has gotten in every single category today. Offensive rebound, charge, the little things that help you win the game. I don't think they needed them to win the game tonight. McCoo up to 14 now for the Indians, and Takop has 11. And Mascoutah will take all this right now.
Yeah, obviously, this is a team that's been, Mascoutah obviously a team that in the past, perhaps, back when I was in school, 8-9 years ago, this was a team that had, really had struggled. As a nice job there by Justin Williams and able to get those going, and they had some struggles, and then Coach Justin Love came in, and then obviously with his tragic passing, Coach Showmaker came in as a air ball there from Castor, and really the consistency. Obviously they won a regional title a few years ago, and it's just been a perennially strong program, pretty consistently winning 15-20 games a year. Been a team that's been right at the top of the Mississippi Valley Conference, as we have a offensive foul there called on Justin Williams. That's his first, as Gray will come in for McCoo. Coach Showmaker maybe looking to go to his bench a little bit. Maybe see a couple of other guys that haven't gotten in yet. Obviously, if up 40.
I think only one starter on the floor now. That'd be Corey Harris on the far side. Beer trying to take another charge there, Zach.
Young started as well, but like you said.
Oh, Jacob Young. So that's two.
Yeah.
First game for both of us.
Right. And nice take there by Harris. No good. Rebound. Fought for, and will eventually come out to Beer. And Beer will put the ball out, and the Indians will reset 27 on the shot clock, so plenty of time there. Harris to Beer into the corner for Young. Now to Williams. Williams gets right to the rim, shot up and good. Justin Williams up to 8 points now. I've been impressed with both Williams, Justin and Jordan, as well as Tyler Gray. As you mentioned, guys that didn't really get any varsity time last year as a travel called, I believe.
Yeah, and I think that's the point that I was trying to make with the lack of starters in the game right now, is the fact that, you have the opportunity, I would say, to just get more players experience, and now they're not relying, right now, at least with the players that they have on the floor, they're not relying on Entacop. They're not relying on McCoo. So for the Indians, that's just something that they have to look at as this game goes along. But guys like Jacob Young, they could be leaders too, Zach Roseman.
Yeah. And obviously this is still a, still a fairly old team, a lot of juniors and seniors, but, not necessarily a super experienced team. So that's something that we mentioned. Riverview Gardens, obviously, with more experience, although, as you mentioned, they're missing a couple of guys that you would expect to be big contributors for them tonight, as, unfortunately, another turnover, which is never fun.
Yeah. Well, I'm really surprised, honestly. 58-13 now the score. I haven't done a ton of varsity basketball games in my broadcast career. As Jordan Williams makes it 60-13. This may be the largest margin of victory that I will ever see in a game. It's just been great offense by Mascoutah, but even better defense, and nothing could fall for Riverview Gardens. Just almost quite astounding, this.
Yep. And the Williams to Williams connection, Justin able to get it up to Jordan. Jordan up to 6 points now. Not sure if they're related or not. They might be. Here is the Riverview Gardens player. The numbers are a little hard to pick up on the front.
Lumpkins right
there.
there.
Yeah, that is Lumpkins. And they'll get it out there on the wing to, I believe that is Dickerson. Now to Brown. Brown back to Lumpkins. And they'll work it there to, that is McFadden. And he's able to get up there as well. That gives him 5. So between him and Lumpkins, I believe that is all of the Rams' points, as the Indians will hold for one here. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. And, well, right to the middle and blocked there by Brown, actually. No foul called. Showmaker maybe wanting one, but the Rams will look to push. Here is Lumpkins, and shot blocked. Gray, 5 seconds left. He'll drive the lane. 3, 2, and the pass out there to Williams for 3, no good. And so the score now 62-15, a 47-point lead for Mascoutah. And we'll go ahead and take a break. Be back here in just a moment here on the K-Hawk Broadcast Club student.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville.
We welcome you back into Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the K-Hawk Broadcast Club Network. Zach Roseman and Matthew Clark with you as we're getting ready for our final quarter of action here in our first game. Score 62-15, so we will have the running clock. I mean, all in all, just a thoroughly dominating performance, as it looks like we're going to see some new guys in, as we see Jordan Beck into the game for the first time for the Indians, 6'3" sophomore. Looks like most of the same guys for Riverview. I believe they only had 7 players dressed tonight, so not a whole lot of substituting that they can do. Here is Jordan Williams bringing the ball up. He'll kick it out to Justin Williams, now to Adams, and now to Williams, and to Beck, and now to Adams, and gave it into Beer, who had a pretty open look and missed the layup. Here comes, I believe that's Lumpkins, shot up, and it gets stuck in the rim.
Wedgie. We have a wedgie.
Yep. And that, by rule, is an alternating possession, so the Rams will maintain possession of the basketball.
I will say in these first 3 quarters, I'm a little bit surprised. I mean, I'm not sure if you're surprised about Mascoutah just, in my opinion, running up the score here on Riverview Gardens. I mean, he's pushed Cole Showmaker has pushed this out, to a 47-point lead. Do you think that was a bit excessive, Zach? I mean, I don't know if point differential matters in this tip-off classic, but it was just something to think about for me.
No, I mean, you can, the way I think about it is you kind of follow the, you kind of go with the East St. Louis football way of thinking, you know.
All gas, no brakes.
Yeah, all gas, no brakes, and then you get to the fourth quarter, whatever, and then you sub, and that's what Coach Showmaker has done. And, you know, and sometimes, you know, you see in situations where even your bench is better than, you know, even the guys at the end of your bench are better than the other team, as a nice take there from Williams, but it got blocked. And so the Rams will push the ball up. Here is Lumpkins, and nearly traveled there. Gets a pivot off, shot off the backboard, no good. Rebounded there by Justin Williams, and he'll push his way up. Spin move there, and solid defense there, and we'll have a held ball.
Third jump ball of the fourth quarter, Zach.
Yep, and that will go to the Rams.
The wedgie at the beginning of the fourth quarter is now forcing a bunch of jump balls. There was another jump ball that I think we were talking about, Mascoutah, and just this incredible lead that they've built, and it was on this left side, gave it back to Mascoutah. Again, the third jump ball, so Riverview Gardens have it again. And, of course, with this pretty substantial lead for the Indians, you've got a running clock, Zach.
Yep, and Rams still playing hard. McFadden there to Lumpkins for 3, no good. Rams just haven't been able to really get the outside shot to fall consistently. Here is Williams to Williams.
Jordan to Justin.
Yep.
and right there, the whole play right there was a result of Rico Lumpkins trying to steal it in the open court. And once Jordan Williams, Jordan Williams got past him, it was just a recipe for failure for Riverview Gardens. There was an easy pass, 3-on-1, stuff you practice on.
Yep, no good. Working into Brown, and 2 shots missed for him on that possession. Beer with the rebound. He'll look to push. Beer kick it out there to, that is Jordan Williams. Kick it out there to Adams over in the corner for Beck for 3. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Brown. And the Rams will push with the lead out to 49. And there is the drive and the floater up and good there from Dickerson. And he's got his first points of the season. Beer now to Williams and circle.
Oh my goodness!
Up and good. Yeah, and Justin Williams up to 14 points now, which I believe ties him with McCoo for the leading scorer.
A quiet 14 too,
Yeah.
I'd say. If you would have told me that Justin had 14 before he made that shot, and I looked at the scoreboard as Lumpkins puts one down, he's got 12 points now. So I wouldn't have believed you. So Justin Williams, he could very well find himself on the floor as a guard kind of when McCoo and Harris leave, but McCoo and Harris both have one more year of varsity left after this one, as he's going to go, well, he was fouled right there with under 4 to play.
Yep, foul on
it's on the floor, so he can't go and get any points at the free throw line.
It'll go to McFadden as we see that is Carlo Garcia, 6'1" sophomore, in for as Anthony and Barry come in for the Rams.
Carlo Garcia, I believe he is a transfer for the Mascoutah Indians. It looks like he didn't play at Mascoutah last year. He may have played up north, but for Garcia, he is back and potentially also just a lot, like 8 or 9 of these players, just trying to find minutes on this Indians varsity roster.
Yep, Matthew Smith into the game as well, the tallest player on the Indians roster at 6'7". Williams with the shot no good there, and the Rams will bring it up. Here is Lumpkins. Lumpkins guarded there by Adams, and he'll back things up, trying to get it to Barry, but he'll clear it out. And a push there called on Greg Adams. That is his first as Eli Woodrum comes in. 5'9" sophomore.
Yeah, he's played just about everybody here. Cole Showmaker, I think he's got a couple of guys on the end of the bench that might find something. McEwen and Entekop have barely had to play here in the second half, so good for them.
Yep. And nice little move, Euro step there, no good. Barry with the rebound and left that one short. Smith skying for the rebound and get it to Garcia. Garcia will dribble things out, and that will be a held ball. Nice defensive effort there, and like I mentioned earlier, Riverview not going away quietly. They're still getting after it, as should be a held ball. So, oh no, they're going to call a foul. Okay.
Interesting. I think they called a jump ball. May have switched the call right at the end. Obviously, nobody's in foul trouble with 2 minutes to go. Obviously, one more game here in the Collinsville-Mascoutah Tip-Off Classic. Collinsville Jayhawks, the hosts of this tournament, will go up against Miller Career Academy to open their home schedule. That is, I believe, Zach, maybe about 30 minutes. This one ended pretty quickly. So both the Jayhawks and the Phoenix from Miller Career Academy over in St. Louis will have opportunities each to work a little bit and get some warm-ups in before the 7 o'clock tip-off time.
Yep, we should be able to get started pretty much right on time as we're at about 6:30. Rams with the ball. Lumpkins will get it out there into the corner for, I believe that is Anthony. He'll try and work on Adams. Solid defense there. That was McFadden, excuse me. Now to Castor, and now Lumpkins again. Lumpkins pulled from the free throw line, partially blocked. Barry deflected, and will come around now to McFadden, and it'll be a run out there. Nice job by Woodrum. Shot up, left hand, good. Probably his first varsity points, and the lead out to 68-19.
Just like I talked about Greg Adams, Eli Woodrum, his main sport is tennis, as I believe there's going to be a foul call here on Riverview Gardens as the clock continues to tick.
Yep.
But yeah, for Eli Woodrum, his first varsity points. The
Those are going to have a timeout called.
And I'm not sure. The clock continues to run here.
Timeout? What's the?
Not sure. Riverview Gardens they are going to stop the clock with 28 seconds left. I imagine that the ref is going to put maybe a little bit more time up on the clock.
Yeah, there's a little bit of confusion there, but.
Curious. I was just curious for you, Zach. With Mascoutah's performance here tonight, they're going to win by almost 50 points.
Yeah.
They've put a 50 ball here up on Mascoutah or on Riverview Gardens. Where does this put you in the mind? Are you more impressed now after this performance by Mascoutah, and do you think they kind of stand more of a chance in these following games on Saturday as a result?
I mean, I figured Mascoutah would be competitive. Obviously, this is a team that went 21-11 last year, and then for a kind of a quick early exit in the playoffs, I believe they lost upset loss to Carbondale.
Yep.
Carbondale, who we'll see later this year
there
at
you
the
go,
Prairie
the
Farms
Holiday Classic.
Yep. And so, obviously, is the shot up note and a foul call. It'll probably be on Jordan Williams.
And I think if that's a shooting foul, these will be the last shots of the game.
That's his first, and we'll see Lumpkins shoot some free throws, as they'll go ahead and stop the, well, I mean, he'll shoot 2 either way, and that will be the last shots of the game. First one up and good.
First free throw is good for Lumpkin.
So 68-20. So no 50-point victory, but pretty well close to it, as the next one from Lumpkin's up and good. So he'll end the game with 14 points, so solid showing for him. Obviously a large margin of victory. Mascoutah looking good, and we'll see if they can, echo those performances tomorrow. We're going to go ahead and shut things down. We'll be back on at probably about 7:20 or so.
I would think 7 or about 6:40, 6:15, obviously that, or 6:45, obviously, since that game starts at 7, not 7:30. But still interesting.
Yes,
and
it is.
They moved some things around. Even I thought that started early this year.
Yeah, it is a 7 o'clock start. You are correct. So yeah, probably about 6:45, 6:50. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and shut things down. Be back here in just a few minutes on the K-Hawk Broadcast Club Student Network.